The poorest areas with the most immigrants in the UK overwhelmingly voted to leave the EU. And that's not because they are stupid, as they've been called, or didn't know what they were voting for, as has been said, or because they were too old, every other fucking ridiculous insult there is without actually taking account of the fact that they did know what they were voting for and you just don't like the fact they voted for it. It's because they are clever enough to know exactly what they were voting for. The immigration problem is one mainly caused by, Blair in the first place, who fucked the country for centuries, but perpetuated and made even worse by the EU. This shit we get shoved down our necks by people we don't even elect. But they did have a chance to vote out of the EU, and so they did exactly that. Get over it. I've looked at hundreds of examples of this stuff. But just to take one example, Boston in Lincolnshire, an area with huge EU immigration, the biggest, I think. Boston has been dubbed the most European town in Britain. It has the largest number of non-British EU passport holders outside of London. The most European town in the UK, and in fact the whole of Lincolnshire by extension really, it had the highest BREXIT vote in the entire country. Is it just a coincidence that it also has the highest number of foreign-born residents? Really? Yeah, just a coincidence? How about Wigan then? Or Oldham? Or Rochdale? The list goes on and on and on. It's just blatantly obvious that the people who actually live with the consequences of this YIMBY shit of the EU, the people who are actually YIMBYs, whether they wanted to be or not, the people whose backyards do have this stuff in, they voted to get it out of their backyard at the first opportunity they have had for decades. And the Liberal Democrat, undemocratic, tyrannical fucking swines want to even undo that and take that one tiny little voice away from them. That one chance to express their wishes. The true downtrodden working class, the ones who used to be represented by the left. That was the purpose of the left. That's why we needed the left, was for the poor, impoverished, people without a voice. And they pop up and give their little voice and all of a sudden it's shut the fuck up. You're wrong. All you lefties have is the votes of the people you bring into our cramped island. And that's why this war is all about how many you can get in. Because you need more and more and more. And we need less and less and less. You need more of them for votes. We need less of them for life. For our culture to survive. For our kids to speak and live our culture and our values, rather than those of the people you choose to replace us with. You oh so fucking tolerant leftists. You're all about power, nothing more, nothing less. And to keep and grow your power, you need immigrants. Because the average British voter doesn't want your dangerous ideas anywhere near them. It's Financial Times. Welcome to the most pro-Brexit town in Britain. Boston and Lincolnshire voted overwhelmingly to leave after 460% rise in immigration. Well, they should be pleased. This stuff's good for them. Haven't you told them enough? They should know by now. This stuff's really good for them. Enriches their culture, makes life better. Why don't they agree? Coincidence? Or are they just so racist in that town? How come that town's suddenly so racist but other towns aren't? Must be the water or something. The excruciating irony here is the fact that the left should care about these people, and it just doesn't anymore. I just think the poor, that's why the poor have moved. That's why the poor are voting for people like Tommy Robinson and coming out and supporting people like that. They're poor people who are hungry, pissed off, and they want a change. And the mainstream is left, so they want non-mainstream, so they want non-left. That's why the poor have finally woken up, or are starting to anyway, and moving to the right, because the left just doesn't give a shit about them anymore, and it wants them to swallow any shit they push down their throats, and any complaints mean you're a racist. No wonder they've left the left.